These are live images on your screens at this point in time. There's been a walkout of sorts is what we can understand from these pictures coming in. We'll try and go back to Sagai for what really is going on. But there is a scuffle also of sorts as we can see in these pictures. A bit of confusion there. What is happening? But dramatic scenes from the Karnataka Assembly. We do know that this is the beginning of the session and... Governor would be skipping the anti-Ramji law portion in this speech, but why this ruckus? Why a walkout? We'll just try and get a better sense of it. Let's listen in. Member had claimed that there was propaganda in the speech. It's a war over Ramji reference in the speech. That portion has been removed, I understand, and the governor was to, in fact, read the speech that has been given. These are visuals from the Karnataka Assembly where some ruckus has been seen as well. We'll try and get a sense of who exactly walked out. Images are, in fact, from the Assembly, from the floor of the Assembly at this point in time. Drama already over the speech that was to be read out by the governor, wherein the Ramji bill, which is actually the Manrega bill, was referred to as an act of corruption by this government led by the Congress in the state of Karnataka. That portion the governor agreed not to read out. Okay, the governor has walked out is what we are learning amid the ruckus. So what really happened there? When the big question was addressed that he wouldn't be reading that part out, but the governor, we understand, has walked out. GS Prashant from the Bharatiya Janata Party is with us. Your response to the drama that we're seeing playing out on the floor of the Assembly. I understand that the Governor of Karnataka, Thawarchand Gehlot, has just walked out of the Assembly. These are images also we are putting out for our viewers. This, of course, a controversy over the mention of the Ramji bill as an act of corruption in the speech.
See, if you look at the powers of the governor and what he can do while reading the speech, the courts have also interpreted Article 176 in a way to state that governor has a right to delete or not read irrelevant portions or such portions that do not deal with the policy of the government. Therefore, Congress government, trying to hide its failures in administration, governance, and which was deep-rooted in corruption, wanted a constitutional head like the governor to make allegations on the central government and try to have a political speech there rather than what is meant to be an advisory note to the legislature as to how to conduct the business. But we heard that Karnataka Congress probably wanted the governor to make anti-center remarks. And the governor also yesterday had called for the officers for a meeting and explained his position, stating that please edit or remove these portions, because that has nothing to do with the business of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly. Even despite that, probably the officers in the Congress government have not agreed to that.
In fact,
We understand.
Right, I understand, G. Prashant, but we had heard that the governor had decided not to read out from that part of the speech, essentially, which spoke about Ramji bill.
Which aspect of it he declined to speak, that is not in public domain, so I am not privy to that. But as we understand, governor's concerns were on those aspects that had nothing to do with the business that the assembly session was convened to conduct, and about legislative business. And you can't have political statements or statements criticizing the center of the nation's policies just because it's a different party ruling at the center. That can't be how legislatures are run.
What do you expect this government to do now, since we've had these unprecedented pictures and scenes from the Assembly where the governor himself has had to walk out, the ruckus witness on the floor? G. Prashant.
See, it has happened in the past. See, when the state governments are adamant that you're trying to use a constitutional force for a political speech, probably what option is left with the governor?
Okay.